Teacher, kami po ba maglalagay ng amount teacher dito sa mga XY?
Ng value? Hindi po. Ito yung X, hindi po. As is po. Pakilagay yung variable lang ng X and Y only. So I'll be answering letter A here. So, he earns daw X pesos more. So, for number 1, letter A, Jeff has earned 2,100 pesos by repairing an electric appliance. So, how much will he have if A earns X pesos more? So, he earns X pesos more. So, let's use, let's not write yung pesos. So, 2,100 plus X. This is the correct answer or the correct expression on number 1, letter A. Sabi X pesos more, so we don't know what the X value is. Okay, let's just represent that peso additional as X lang muna. Okay. Therefore, 2,100 plus X. 2,100 plus X. So, ito po yung para sa letter A answer. So, please answer B, C, and D. And number 2, A to B. Last 2 minutes. Okay, let's answer. Anyone who wants to try? Letter B. Yes, Carlo, for letter B. C and D. C for Jace and D for Pio. Carlo.
Sure, pwede po sa chat box na lang.
Sige, pwede. Okay. As you can see on Carlos' answer on the chat box, paki-open po yung chat box. Please click the chat icon. Okay. It's 2,100 minus y. So, this one, he spends y pesos. So, yung keyword here is spend. So, meaning it's deduction to what he earned, to what Jeff has earned. So, he earned 2,100 pesos. So if he spends y pesos, that means minus y. So 2,100 pesos minus y is the correct expression for letter B. 2,100 minus y. Next. Okay, correct, Carlo. Next, for letter C. He earns M times. He earns M times as much as what he earned. Okay. So as you can see on Jay's answer on the chat box, so equals C 2,100 times M. So 2,100 multiply it kasi M times as much. So times M, or it can be 2,100 M or 2,100 open parenthesis M and then close. So any of this, please check your answer if you answered any of these three possible answers. Okay. So sabi kasi he earns M times. We don't know what that M times or times is. So let's represent lang muna that times as the variable M. And then this one for letter D. So he divided it equally to N people. Okay, this one. And to himself. Okay, good. So 2,100 divided by N plus 1. So N represents the number of people. Ito yon. N represents the number of people. And then plus 1. So this is Jeff himself, yung 1. So N represents a value. So let's say there are 10 people divided by, so plus 1. si Jeff. So they are all 11 now. So divide natin 2,100 by 11. So something like that. So 2,100 over n plus 1 is the correct equation for letter D. Very good. Equal. Here. And then, aside from those who answered earlier, wants to try answering number 2A and 2B. Yes, Miel, letter A, and Harold, B. Later, MJ. Okay, we'll give you ano pa, thing to answer it. No. This one, how old will it be in T years? So we have the data here, 15 years old now. So Villa's house is 15 years old now. So ito po yung data to be used, 15 years old now. And then we have this statement here. How old will it be in T years? So we don't know how many years is added to 15 years. Therefore, we use T muna as the variable to represent that year. So, for letter A, it's 15 plus the variable T. 15 plus T is the correct expression for 2A. And then Harold, so how old was it a few years ago? Yung keyword here is the term ago. So as you can see on Harold's answer on the chat box, it's 15 minus Q. So it's 15 daw less than, so let's deduct yung 15 years natin kasi we have the keyword or the term ago. Okay, Harold is correct. So with me, 15 minus Q equals nothing. There. So I want you to count the number of check you have. So 10 points po dito and another 10 points. And then for number 1, another 10 points. So a total of 30 points. Yes, Carlo, you have a question.
Sir, saan po ba po yung, yung gawa po sa messenger?
Yung score na lang po. Yung score na lang. No need to yung take a photo. Yes, Miel. My question.
Sure, wala pa na
Okay. Okay. So for number 1, so 2.5 po each. So 2.5 each. 2.5, 2.5, and then 2.5. And then for number 2, 10 points each. 10 points. So 10 points para sa A, 10 points para sa B. So a total of 30 points given. You'll record na lang your score. So, Zoe, score please. How many total items you, total scores?
Sure amount. Sure 5.
Okay. Are you sure? 5 over 30? We have a total of 30 points here.
Oh, wait. Check.
Okay, sige po. So, I'll go back to you. So, let's move to Rian. Rian, what's your score?
20 po.
Okay. Kian, score please. Gianna, score. Gianna, your score please. Okay, we'll get na lang your scores later. Let's move to this one. Okay, it will take time. So when solving a worded or verbal problem, one can use the following guidelines or the so-called problem solving checklist. Okay, problem. Sige. Gianna, I'll record your score. Okay. So we have these 5 steps for we to answer problem solving type of questions. Okay. So step 1. So you can send your scores on the chat box. Pakisend na lang po. So no need to send yung Korean. So for number, wait lang. I-record muna tayo. Sige. Jace. Okay, so let's sort each steps define each. So for step number 1, let's understand now the question. So we need to read, of course, the problem carefully now and decide what question is asked. Next, for step 2, find the needed data. You have to gather all the data provided. Okay, data stated on the problem. Okay, and decide what information is needed to solve the problem. Step number 3, plan what to do. So you have to choose now a strategy or a series ng mga operations. Are you going to add? Are you going to subtract, multiply, or divide? Okay, or are you going to provide a table or a chart for you to solve yung problem? Okay. Simplify the things you need to simplify. And then find the answer. So of course you should complete the reasoning or yung computation needed to find the answer. And then check back. It's like checking if your answer is correct. So you please open your book on page. This one can be found on page 46. On page 46. And then problem number 1, selling a car. The dealer adds. So kindly erase 9 kasi the correct amount to be used here ay 150,000 and not 159. Kasi based on your book, it is 159,000. It should be 150,000 pesos. Okay, lagyan na lang po ng 0 yung 9. Okay. So the dealer adds 150,000 pesos to the base list price of Montero 2012. And if you are wondering kung ano ang Montero, Mitsubishi Montero 2012, it's like this. So as you can see, if you have the same vehicle, so you already know na ang Montero 2012 is a Mitsubishi brand. Okay. So if you are going to sell daw a car, Mitsubishi Montero car,